in for a Friday night on the town, basically. Anyway, I mean, if you really want to know, but yeah, that was.
I hope the town treated you well.
Yes, it is very well known for its coverage of racing in New York. Genaro was after vegan mascara. How could you pass that down? Plus, you know, I mean, people from Brooklyn, they've always got great personalities, right? And all this. But right now is reducing the amount of time a jockey can go to the whip, or for that matter, you know, eliminating Lasix. Is that really going to make the difference needed to prevent these fatalities?
Probably not. You asked about the state of racing, and it's certainly very much in flux at the earlier this year. Fortunately, that has stopped. They did some refurbishing of the track surface, and mercifully, you know, the horses are not breaking down at that rate. And that is, you know, generally the case. It is an unfortunate fact of horse racing that nobody involved with the game likes, that there will be catastrophic breakdowns. It's also important to note that they are the exception rather than the rule. They just get a lot of headlines when they happen, so people think it's more common than it is. I think most of us feel that one fatality is too much, even as we recognize performances. Looks like Master Sensor, the horse who has come in from Japan, will not be running on Lasix, but all of the U.S.-based horses are.
Like I said, it's a blood thinner, and that was always something that I looked for in the racing form. I mean, if that horse didn't have the L on there, and it was like, I've got a story out here that Pat Forte wrote, and there was a trainer who said, you know, this is like if you were betting on a home run derby, and just to put it in there, and you had a bunch of players on steroids, and you had one guy who didn't. Who would you bet on?
Than the other horses in the race. So if you're lighter and you're Lasix, mask, other drugs of Lasix that's permitted on race day, it wouldn't be enough to.
So, Genaro, I'm just going to give you the quote that I said. This is essentially what it is. Arthur Hancock, owner of That's the quote.
Yes, that's true. But there will be people, despite I neither support it nor critique it, I leave that to the veterinarians and the trainers to have opinions on that.
Cubs was famously a diabetic, and actually I believe lost his legs late in his life because analogy there. Now you've with the sport, and there are some people that are very skeptical because PETA has often been very extreme. I will tell you that one of the reasons why I do like horse racing, that's something that has been passed down.
Very much support. I don't always approve or appreciate their tactics, and I think sometimes they act in disingenuous ways. That was on their website for a time, and they have largely over the protesting at big horse racing events to encouraging positive behavior. So, for instance, last year, their activism during the Triple Crown was encouraging owners of understandably gun-shy about an organization that is pretty withering. That group is the one group in horse racing that has an established relationship with them. PETA and the Stronach Group owns Gulfstream Park and Santa Anita and Laurel Park and Pimlico. PETA and the Stronach Group worked together several years ago, again on a thoroughbred retirement initiative by which people who put a winning ticket into a betting machine have an option to donate some of their winnings to who are happy about this relationship, but I also think it's here to stay.
Breds, I would imagine that
and they inspect and accredit retirement, retraining, and adoption facilities in the United States. So, for instance, lots of racetracks have programs where if a trainer or an owner has a horse that's not going to be able to run anymore, they'll go to their racetrack representative and say, look, here's my horse, here's what he needs, and racetrack organizations will then.
It's okay. The favorite, Omaha Beach, was scratched with a breathing problem. And, you know, maybe that was, I'm not saying that that was done for show, not at all, but it at least made you feel a little bit better that there were these precautions. But I got to tell you, it seems like over the years, the favorite really takes a beating in the Kentucky Derby. And this was another instance of this. Why do you think favorites have such a difficult time in the Kentucky Derby over the last generation or so?
Well, I will say that over the last 6 years, the morning line Kentucky Derby qualifying point system, and there were over the, you know, maybe over the last 10 years, a handful of circumstances like this where a horse that was the favorite gets scratched close to the race. I have no idea. I mean, the circumstances were pretty different in all of them. The horses were obviously sound coming into the race because they performed well enough to get there. It does seem a little bit, though, you know, at times it can seem like a jinx. And the foot abscess either.
Okay, thank you. The high cow was going off at is going out of the 12th gate that Omaha Beach was originally going to be a part of. I mean, tell us a little bit about how that came about.
Well, what happens is that if a horse is scratched, because being on the rail in a race with this many horses can be very disadvantageous. If they have an opportunity to move some of those horses out from the rail, the honor will still happen is that instead of horses starting from the 1 spot or the 2 spot, they'll actually start, the number 1 horse will go in the number 3 slot, the number 2 horse will go in the number 4 slot.
I see. Okay.
So it just gets everybody off the rail a little bit.
Okay. Now, here's the big question here with 2 minutes left. Who do you like in the Kentucky Derby?
I like Tacitus.
Okay.
I at the Wood Memorial, he's potentially a concern, and he's never run on a sloppy track, and it's supposed to run tomorrow, so that's definitely a concern. But right now, that's where I'm leaning with
Tacitus,
as the Latins would say.
at the he is the 8 horse, and according to the odds that I have, he's going at 8-1. Tacticus right there. So that is the pick of Teresa Genaro of. By the way, want to in front of me. So here, lead me on here for the last 60 seconds.
Yeah, I don't have the field in front of me either. I think Chocolate Kisses is really intriguing. Has done very well as favorite. A lot of people think she's pretty vulnerable. She's a good horse, but appears to have some vulnerabilities.
So you're liking Chocolate Kisses in the Oaks tonight, and then you like Tacticus out of the 8th gate, 8-1 to win the Kentucky Derby. There you go. Brooklyn Backstretch, Teresa Genaro. Hey, read her story on PETA Stronach Alliance, Spurs Questions, Concerns. Remember, Stronach, they actually own Pimlico and other kind of racing after this. Yes, you were saying? Oh, you're welcome. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I will talk to you here soon, okay?